Funding for what I do is provided in part by my generous supporters on Patreon, and by direct donations from viewers like you. Thank you! Heyo everyone, Kelvin here, and today I want to talk about technology conventions, or tech conferences, or however you want to say it, tech cons, just tech cons. And I've been hearing a lot. I haven't had a chance to go to any of these myself, but I've been hearing that they've gotten boring. That it's mostly corporate stuff these days, like, oh, here's what's new in the Docker space, and here's where to get your Kubernetes, and I don't know why I'm doing that voice. But yeah, it's like Lunduk put it way better than I could, but basically it's not so much like the nerdiness is gone. Basically, it's not the fun nerdy atmosphere. Yeah, the fun nerdy atmosphere where we would just get together and like talk about this new technology that's pretty neat, or I made this do that and it wasn't supposed to, but I made it work. And I don't know, I feel like we could still have that, we might just have to go by the usual FOSS mantra of fork it. Yeah, we don't like the way they are currently. Let's just make a new one. I think maybe we should just make a new convention, just for the nerdy stuff. It's like, if you're here to talk about containers, or it's like this is the new cryptocurrency on the blockchain. Like who cares about the new kid on the blockchain? No one cares. No one cares about what you're doing with containers. No one cares about, oh look, I found a new standard for software deployment. Who cares? Who cares, right? So my idea for a convention is to basically do it like a furry convention. And I don't mean, like cosplayers galore or something like that. I mean like the way furry conventions handle panels and events and stuff. Because at the panels you've got like crafting and how to handle being in a fursuit, stuff like that. Stuff that's relevant to the fun parts of the fandom. And we could totally have that at a tech con too. Like we could have panels about how to build your own game system with a Raspberry Pi, or what bizarre technologies have you ported Doom to? Like someone got Doom running on the Linux-powered cow milker or something. That's an actual thing, by the way. There's a Linux-powered cow milker. It's in one of Lunduk's videos. I'll link it down below. And I think it's just hilarious. And yeah, we could have fun panels like that, like about the fun nerdy stuff. But Furry Cons don't just have presentation panels. We've also got meet and greets for different groups, and we could totally do that with a tech con. It's like you could have a meet and greet for people who do retro computing, meet and greet for people who program in a certain language. I would totally host the room for squirrel programmers. I'm probably the only one who uses it for as my main language for game development. I mean, I think most people just use it for Electric Imp, which I think is a home automation thing, but I'd still love to meet other squirrel programmers in person, I just think that would be so cool. And another thing that furry conventions have is the Artist Alley and the Dealer's Den. Now, the Artist Alley is exactly what it says on the tin. It's a bunch of artists get together and just show off what they make and almost said they take conventions. They take commissions. And yeah, you get to meet them, you get to see what they make, in a space where you might not have run into them, because you're not actively searching, you're just browsing through a bunch of them. So there's a lot of creative people in the FOSS community. There's artists, there's people who draw, there's people who model, make music, write, all kinds of stuff. And I'm sure that they would love a chance to, have a platform where they can show off to a community that they, um, what am I looking for? That they're attached to, I guess. Totally blanked out there. But yeah, I think it would be really cool, and I think it would be great for people who are doing like maybe game development groups, trying to put a team together. It'd be a great way to find people who could make assets, and maybe some people just want, like general artwork done, like, logo design, mascot design. There's all sorts of use for art in the FOSS community, and I think that we should definitely promote them. We should promote FOSS artists. And that's another thing that could go into panels too, is like, here's some good software that's good for creators and such. I think that's another good panel topic. Doesn't have to be like super crazy stuff, like just useful stuff too, but like stuff that people can get their hands dirty with. Stuff that people can get in there and use and not have to worry about, okay, what am I going to use a container for? You use a container to hold your sandwich when you're not going to eat it. That's what a container's for. And, okay, so the other part is the dealer's den. Now, in the furry community, and, it goes by a different name in the brony community. I think they just call it dealer's room, because furries, we gotta put, like, a spin on everything. But, yeah. The dealer's den. Furries create all sorts of things. They create printed works, figurines, some of them even make electronics. There's just all sorts of stuff there, and that would be great to have at a FOSS convention. Because think of the stuff that nerds make. Think of, like, the electronics they put together. Think of the stuff they 3D print. Think of, like, publications that they've printed. There is so much, and you take all that creative energy and you put it in basically a huge bazaar and just let them all go nuts selling it. That would give people a chance to take home some really awesome stuff. Heck, there could even be someone making like Tux plushies and selling those. You never know. And I think it'd be really cool to give that a chance to happen. And so yeah, I think that a FOSS convention could definitely benefit from emulating the way a furry convention works. And heck, who knows, maybe we'll actually get some fursuiters there. I'll definitely be wearing my hat and my tail if I ever go there. If it ever happens, I don't think that I could actually organize something like this. But I would like to throw the idea out there, in case anyone else wants to do that. And of course, another thing that furry conventions have, game rooms. You got video games and you got tabletops. You want to express nerdiness, let's all get together and game. That would be awesome. Let's get really nerdy and do tabletop games. I want to learn how to play Dungeons and Dragons. And, maybe someone could like host a teaching session or something. That would be cool. And that would be a cool thing to have in a tech conference. And, I mean, gaming and technology conference, it just seems like it would go together, right? Especially since, someone could show off a game that they're making. I think more chances for people to show off what they're making, because if we're going to make this for the nerds, right? Not for big companies, for the nerds. We need to give people as many chances to show off what they create as we can. And I think that would be a great opportunity, is to have a game room where you've got, alongside these really fun classic games and such, you got some new stuff that people are making themselves. Or maybe you show off ROM hacks or something like that. There's all sorts of potential there. And let's just go all out with this. Dancing. Let's have a room full of music where people can just go in and just dance. I think that would be fun. Let's just throw professionalism out of the window. I want to make it family friendly, of course, but let's throw professionalism into freaking DevNull and just never think about it again. We're not here to wear our ties and our button-up shirts. We're proudly showing off our neck beards, but at the same time, I want it to be full of cool stuff that, like, not just something that, you could feel comfortable taking your kids with you to, but something that they would actually be interested in going to. Like the whole building your own game system with a Raspberry Pi thing. That would be really awesome for getting kids into the kind of technology that we love. And, of course, game room, you got that too. And just it should definitely exude nerdiness, but this should be something that like Brian Lunduke could bring his whole family to, something like that. Something cool, something relaxed, something fun, and something that doesn't try to shove advertisements down your throat. I think I can definitely say, even just from my experience with furry and brony conventions, there's just nothing quite as annoying as, just trying to relax and have fun with your friends, and someone in their button-up shirt being like, "Have you seen our company's new blah 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 blah?" Who cares? Shoo. We're not here for you. We're here for what we make. We're here for each other is what it is. It's like, that's something that I've seen the furry community described as is a fandom not really around a particular source material, but it's we're all fans of each other. Is basically what it is. And I think that's what the FOSS community should be. We should all be fans of each other. We should all be making things, showing off what we make, talking about what each other makes. Like, who cares what these companies do? If they want to pull and fork from what we make, fine. More power to them. But our conventions should be for the nerds. So, let's let the nerds strike back. Let's get some revenge on the nerds. So what do you guys think? What are some ideas that you have for a really fun, nerdy convention? I want to hear your guys' thoughts. How would you run a convention if you were doing your own tech con? And what are some ideas that you would have to, just make it more fun for the whole family? And yeah, well, that's pretty much it for me. I hope to hear your thoughts, and not that I'll be reading your mind. I don't do that. Yeah, I want to hear your comments. I want to read your comments. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's enough for me, and before I go, I just want to say that funding for what I do is provided in part by my generous supporters on Patreon, and by LBC tips from viewers like you. Thank you, and I hope you join me next time. Hey everyone, Kelvin here, and today I want to talk about... Hey everyone, Kelvin here, and today I want to talk to you about conventions. Specifically, technology. Hef. Hey everyone.